Hey everyone, it's Mateo from Semper Metallum here, and today I am here with Sabian from Alpha Wolf. How are you doing?
Good? Oh, I'm good. How are you, man?
All right, doing all right. How about you introduce yourself?
It's fucking hot here.
A bit?
It's hot. We are in what? Where are we? Jacksonville, Florida.
Yep.
All right, so I'm Sabian. I play guitar in Alpha Wolf. We're from Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and we're stoked to be touring the States this lovely time of year.
All right, so with touring the States, this is your first ever U.S. headliner that you're on, right?
Correct. We're testing the waters, see how we go as a headline band. Played a lot more songs from our back catalogue for the first time ever in the States, which is real fun. Fans seem to love it. We're having a great time.
That's really sick. You guys just got off of the tour with pulled from the Ghost tour with Era and Thornhill and Event Animate. How did that go?
It was great. Every single band on that were incredible. We were the direct support for Era, so we got a real cool slot. The rooms were full every time we played. Got a great response every night, and it's really fun getting to play to other people's crowds. So Era have a really lovely crowd every night, and they seem to enjoy us, which is a bonus.
Yeah, it's awesome. I saw Era earlier this year, and they kill it every time.
Great band, great dudes.
Really good. What would you say like the biggest difference like between going from a support slot like that to then now you're headlining at some smaller venues? Like how was that transition here?
It is nerve-wracking as fuck, to be honest. We have no idea what we're doing, especially the shows we are playing are considered B market or C market.
Yeah.
They're not the main cities, not the capital cities. That's only because we just played all of them with Era. So we're playing some places we've legit never played before. And it's kind of our fault if there's no one in the room. Luckily, all the shows have been great, and we're really stoked on the turnout so far.
That's awesome. What would you say the biggest difference between touring here in America versus over in Australia would be?
So Australia, we only have like the 6 cities you can hit.
Yeah.
So we always do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, go home. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, go home. And here, you can non-stop tour.
Yeah.
So we've been out for 2 months now, living in a fucking RV that keeps dying on us, so we keep losing AC.
That sucks.
It's an experience, and the fact that we get to do it is really fucking cool. We like growing up, we watched all of our favorite bands do the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
And we get to do it now, so it's fun. It's exciting. We love it. We're getting on the verge of being burnt out, but we're not going to get there because we love doing it.
It's awesome. You guys, your first American tour was last year with Polaris and like Moths to Flames, or was that?
So our first tour, we came here in 2020 with Fit for a King, Chelsea Green, Crystal Lake. We got to play 5 shows. COVID hit. We had to fuck off back home, which was devastating. But then, luckily, the world started opening back up 2 years later. We came here, I think it was 3 months ago. Like Monster Flames, Polaris, us and Invent Animate, and then we're back here doing it again. Like, we're going to non-stop keep coming back. It's hard with the visas and everything. Our visas last for 6 months, so we got to try and squeeze in 2 tours on every visa that we apply for.
Yeah, you don't want to have what happened with North Lane happen.
Yeah. We're trying to be on top of our shit and getting it sorted, and luckily we're here, ripping it. All
right, that's sick. So you guys just released your split EP with Holding Absence, The Lost and the Longing. What was it like recording that? How did that come even to be about? Because that's on paper, those are 2 very different bands.
Yeah, we love that band, and it's an idea we've wanted to toy with for a long time now. We don't want to be one of those bands that you will expect an album every 2 years. We think that's kind of boring, kind of like done and dusted, and now with the age of digital streaming, it's good to be able to provide songs a lot more often. As much as we love putting out albums, it's fun to experiment and do something different. So we're working with Holding Absence was great. We love those dudes. We played shows together 3 years ago now. Got along real well. We love their music, they love our music. We're on the same label, and we both floated the idea and both went for it and worked together and created 4-6 songs.
It turned out really great.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I love that EP. Every song.
Hell yeah. We're stoked with that.
What was it like working on the 60 centimeters of Seal video? Like, that's probably one of your most like cinematic videos so far. And you also got Lucas on it too.
Yeah, a little bit stressful. So we had to time that video around their tour in Australia. They had 1 day off, and I think we were touring at the same time doing Polaris shows, I think. So we were in Perth, and their day off was in Sydney. which is a 4-hour flight between, but we didn't want to make them do it, so we flew to them, had to organise everything in Sydney, which is away from our hometown, so that was alien to us. Everyone was tired. Everyone was super tired, but we made it work. Our director, videographer, Ben from Third Eye Visual smashed it on the day. The whole crew smashed it. We just made it happen, and it was cool because we really wanted to have everyone in the music video.
Yeah.
Rather than him filmed in the UK and us filmed in Australia. Yeah, it was real cool. We got to take some photos together for promotional as well, and it just worked out real well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the video turned out really cool, and just
really
with all your videos, like probably some of the coolest music videos.
Hey, you got to have cool visuals,
scene.
man.
Like,
If you don't have cool visuals, who's going to look at your band?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you need to be on top of your shit visually.
Yeah, and Third Eye does most of your stuff.
He's an insane talent, that guy.
Ridiculous.
One person. There's
One
no
person.
team.
There's
It's
no
just
team?
one person.
That's crazy.
And if you seen him down the street, you wouldn't pick him from a crowd.
Yeah.
But he's a genius.
That's awesome. Yeah. What is the conceptualization of the videos? Like, where does that come from? Like, how does the process?
That one
work
was a
with that?
funny one. So a lot of the lyrical theme in that song, Lockie wrote, picturing himself on a theatre stage. Like, there's all the references to the proscenium arch, which is the red curtains.
Yeah.
We looked up all the proper terminology for this shit, and it kind of wrote itself lyrically. And we're like, well, obviously there's all these katana references, so we need a katana. We need red curtains. The crowd sits silent and still, so we need a crowd. And we sent the song and the lyrics to Ben, and he wrote the video for it, which was literally word for word what the lyrics were.
Oh,
so that song in particularly wrote itself for the video.
All right, what about
cool.
the other song on the EP, Hotel Underground?
That one. All right. So basically, we loved our music video for Akudama, and I hit up Ben. I was like, "Let's make Akudama, but on steroids."
That's literally what I said. When I saw it.
Everything you done. Let's do it, but way more psycho.
Yeah,
So
I literally that's what I said when I saw the video. I was like, this is Akudama on steroids.
So the band shots in particularly, we hired this room with a robot camera on it, so it'd go bzz, 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 do all this psycho shit that you could not do without this robot.
Yeah.
So that made the band shots way more psycho. The computer editing, crazy stuff. He's got Game Boys in it doing weird shit, and we had our friend that draws a lot for us. Her name's Neptura. She animated for the first time, and she's
really
getting into
cool.
animation. And we're like, hey, animate us.
That's
and
always
she
awesome.
Smashed that. So they're all friends of ours.
Yeah.
We're not hiring people that we don't know to work for our band. They're all friends. We have talented friends, and it all just comes together into one psycho video.
Yeah.
And that one is just psycho ideas. It's not really to do with the lyrics. It's just any psycho idea you can do, Ben. Just do it. Just go psycho.
Yeah, I really love when you see just bands and just they form a community of just their friends, and that's
I love
who
that.
does their music videos. That's who does their photography, their promotion, their art. It's always so cool.
We got a photographer with us at the moment. He's smashing it. Scotty, our guitarist, he records our music with our front of house guy from Australia, Lance. He mixes and masters our music. Yeah, it's just all the
really
friends
cool.
here. It's sick.
Yeah, a lot of really talented people are in your group.
Luckily, yeah.
It's wild. Also, with your visuals, you obviously put a lot of effort and work into having just really cool visuals. What would you say the biggest inspirations for how you went? What was the visual aesthetic style you saw that you were just okay, that's what I want for the bands?
I guess that comes down to a couple of us being weebs. We're anime heads. I also, anytime I see something cool on social media, I'll save it. And I'll look at that because I do the social media stuff, the graphic design. And, it just comes back to if you're a visually appealing band, you're going to attract more fans because people think, that looks cool, I wonder what they sound like. And then they'll check us out. Whereas a lot of bands can start looking exactly the same as each other.
Yeah.
You can, put them all in a bucket and they all look the same. And it's that one probably sounds better, but I don't give a fuck. So if one of them in the bucket looks cool, you're probably going to check them out.
Yeah.
And if they sound cool, that's a bonus. You're probably going to like the band. So, it's a mix of just everything we like, from movies to anime to whatever, and just random shit I'll find on Instagram. It's just a big amalgamation of this is cool.
Yeah, for me, I'm a graphic designer, so
sick.
that's a lot of the stuff. I do a lot of the social media posts for Semper Metallum and stuff. So
hell yeah. Did you do the thumbnail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
dope.
I see like some of your stuff. I see just other bands like Static Dress or Loathe or bands that really take care of their aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
need to. And like
really
people are looking
cool.
at those
I
bands
really
because of the
appreciate
visuals.
Yeah.
So YouTube thumbnails need to be spot on.
Yeah.
If they don't look like something you want to watch, you're screwing it. You're missing bonus points, man.
Yeah, it really does make a huge difference, especially on social media. If you can create visually appealing content,
There you go.
fantastic.
You're learning tips.
All right, so there's also one thing I want to talk about with the EP was the guitar tones, because I'm also a guitarist, so I'm just really sad to ask. The EP just sounds massive, easily some of your best guitar tones you've had so far. What did you use for that?
I've got no fucking idea. I didn't even record anything. I'm like the weak guitarist in the band. I learned the riffs, and our engineer, Lance, he goes into his cave and reamps with this crazy amalgamation of amps. I think it might have been a mix between a diesel and a 5150. He's got this 5150 that sounds psycho. He's got all his crazy pedals and stuff. I honestly cannot remember what he done. But he's a genius in guitar land, so I just leave it to him. I never have an input. Whatever he does is psycho. We're actually trying to learn 60 centimeters at the moment so we can play it in Europe. So we're not playing it live at the moment. We dropped it halfway through this tour, so we couldn't really play it.
Yeah, that makes sense,
And now that we have to play it because it's out, we're trying to figure out the tones on the Kemper.
Yeah.
And they're just not there yet. We can't figure out the intro tone, the outro tone, like nothing. So we're trying to figure that out. We got 2 days left.
Yeah,
before we go to Europe and
new music, you have to like relearn essentially how to play it. Because
I got to learn it from scratch. Scotty writes it, I got to learn it.
Yeah, there's so many studio tricks that get involved with the tones and everything. You have to figure out how to.
You got to sound fat live, man. You got to sound good live.
Exactly. Yeah. So for all of you guitar nerds out there, that's what they do.
I mean, you can look up Lance Prince on Instagram. I think he shares some of his secrets, sells some of our tones as well. It's his thing. He's the guy. He's the genius behind the guitar tones. Look him up. Do yourself a favor.
So you use Kempers live?
Yeah, Kempers. They're good, reliable. We've been eyeing off the quad cortexes, but they don't have a rack version yet. We're all about Rack City. We love our racks. We got to fly everywhere.
Makes sense.
So everything needs to be in a rack because we fly so often. And until quad cortex goes into a rack, we don't want to borrow it. So Kemper is the winner currently. Awesome. Super reliable. Same tones every single day. Sounds good anyway.
What tones are you using currently on the Kemper?
Lance Prince tones. Straight from his store. You can buy them. You can literally go buy our tones.
That's sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before I go, do you want to let them know what's in the future for Alpha Wolf?
What's in the future? We're still touring non-stop. We're off to Europe in like 3 days. Playing Blue Ridge this weekend. I don't know when this is going to be up. We've probably already played it. And then we go home, we're running a festival called Cult Fest with some really cool bands, bringing out Silent Planet and Currents to Australia.
Love those bands.
Taking a mini break. Our boy John's getting married in November. He's our bass player, so congratulations to him. Next year, more touring, more songs. Let's go.
Awesome. Is there another album in the works? Or?
Always. We're always writing.
Awesome.
Always writing. Who knows in what form it's going to come out in, but there's some fat songs in the works.
All right, cool. I'll let you go now.
My man.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Cheers for having me. Cheers.
Right.
Be sure to follow Semper Metallum on our social media platforms for the latest metal news.